Good morning, guys. We have a busy week this week. We've had our 2 new pigs in our deep bedding system for about a week, and now we need to start training them to hot wire, to electric, so we can move them out of there. Also, we're supposed to have new piglets coming soon. Hey, over. How you doing? Any babies yet? Nope, no babies yet. Bernice, good morning, Bernice. Come on, guys, come on. There you go. Oh, she's still pregnant, guys. Check on the 3 Stooges. Hey, pigs. There we go. Nice little pigs. Eating their breakfast. To train them to hot wire, we're gonna need stepping posts, one of these, and we're gonna need some reels. There's one. Oh wait, and the most important thing, we need an energizer. We should feed these guys first. Hi, pigs. So with these guys, we're gonna move them out eventually. If you don't have the pigs in an area where you absolutely know they can't get out of, what can happen if you train them to electric wire or net is when they hit the net for the first time, they can go right through it. They'll go forward instead of backwards, and we don't want that. All right, let's see what they've done in here. They started rooting up. They've got some roots that they're taking out. They're pooping on this end. I'm covering their poop with wood chips. You know, they're rooting a little bit. You know, they're Idaho pasture pigs, so they do root more than the coonies, but still not as bad as just a regular pig. If you're gonna do this type of setup, I would use a regular pig, fast growing pig with a big old roto rooter nose. So that way they could get in here and start churning things up. But not to say that you can't use any pig, you could. If I already had the shelter in place, I would be training these pigs from day one. I wouldn't even have put them in that chicken tractor. I would have put them directly into here and then start training them as soon as I get them. So that's what my plan is with this shelter for future pigs, and then maybe even future just animals that we get. Put them in here first, let them get acclimated to us and used to us, and then start training them to fencing or wires. So we're going about 6 inches off the ground here, about where their nose is at. You just clip on right there. It's pretty tight. Now you could put 2 wires on this thing. You could put 3 wires. You could do netting instead, but my goal is to move these guys out in the woods, and I think it'd just be a lot easier if we can use this wire instead of, you know, it's just one crazy wire instead of a bunch of crazy wires. And because it's only one hot wire, it's gonna be hotter. It's gonna burn their buns off. That's the goal anyways, but then you get the reel. Look at that. I did not mean for that to happen, but it hangs off the wood there. Awesome. Because you don't want it to touch this cattle panel. No. Then I'll get shocked. Hey, it's raining. Look at that. Okay, so I like using this energizer. This is a new energizer that I started using the last couple years. These Speed Right energizers. It's solar. Sits on a T-post pretty good. There's no electricity out in this barn, so otherwise I would probably install like a little permanent one that you plug in. But you could also, have a perimeter fence now, so I could probably tie in over here a hot wire that goes directly to this if I wanted to. And then we need a ground. I like this ground because it has this little top here, so you could grab onto and push down. Alright, this is the ground clip. We're going to clip that there. And then the hot wire is going to go onto this wire I just put on. Making sure it's clipped on there good. Making sure that hot wire is not touching any metal. Alright. See, it's not on yet. I want you to stay, pig. I want them to stay on that side of the wire. Alright, let's turn this thing on. They're on that side of the wire. Let's turn it on. Whoa! That's what we want. That's what we want. See, he moved backwards, not forward. Because you got a physical barrier, which is this whole shelter. And the mental barrier is that hot wire. In the past, what I've done, if you don't have a shelter like this, or if you do not have hog panels, our pig netting that we use, I put that, and then inside that netting, I would put this hot wire. And the netting would not be hot, but the hot wire would. So the netting acts like a physical barrier, and the hot wire is the mental. And then eventually, after they get used to that hot wire, take the netting away, and they should be good. So this energizer is a 1 joule energizer. In this one hot wire, yeah, it's gonna be hot. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move their feed on this side. We already ate. They already had their food for this morning. And then we're gonna put some feed in here. Now we're gonna check back on them later. And if this food is gone, that means they were able to get past this fence. If it's still there, just like that, that means it's working. All right, now it's breakfast time. What's for breakfast, Lorraine?
I've got an egg casserole. I had some leftover cornbread that we were not eating, and so
wow.
I did like this layered casserole with like leftover cornbread in it, and it has sausage and red bell peppers and onions and our many eggs. And
is that a quiche, Lorraine?
No.
Guys, this greenhouse, unfortunately, this greenhouse is not going to prepare itself. We've got soil coming maybe this week also. So, you know, we're going to be putting soil in here. Not as much as we bought last year. I mean, we had to bring in all of this soil. We had a serious problem last year with grass coming in. I mean, before you know it, we were growing grass, more grass than vegetables. Earlier this winter, we had chickens in here to help fertilize, and now we need to clean it all up. And this is going to take some time. It's not going to be done in one day. Might take a couple weeks. I forgot my hammer. This was a row last year, but I think what we want to do this year is make this whole entire area kind of like a staging area. Don't put a row there. It's a little too close to the door. Last year we didn't even have a wall here, so now we do. So we could just turn these off. They're already off. yeah. So we could unhook these. Weeds are absolutely no joke, man. You think you could stay on top of the weeds in the beginning of the year, but no doubt the weeds will always win. You know, it'll just get harder to get in here and get the actual food. Plus, if there's a lot of overgrowth that we don't want, they could hide snakes. I mean, who knows? Maybe eventually we'll put some raised beds in here. Before the soil comes, we need to kind of till up the rows a little bit. I'm going to use a broad fork. I believe this is from Johnny Seeds. I'm not sure. This was a hand-me-down from my buddy Casey many moons ago. This is just kind of manually tilling the surface before we put soil on top. Too grassy. My broad fork doesn't work on that so much. Like, we're really just gonna have to dig deep here. Also, be careful not to poke a hole in this plastic. I don't know, guys. We might need to get a tiller. This grass, man, it's already there. A lot of the dead grass too from last year that we didn't rip out, which I guess we probably should have done that already. To be continued with this. We're gonna have to figure this out because we're gonna have to start planting here soon, but this grass is crazy.
I think we should broad fork it. And then I think we should put some paper over it, like a paper weed barrier, and then soak it really good and then put our new soil on and then plant into that. But I think we still have a chance. Like, I think this is fine. I think the paper is going to help us a lot. So I think we should put the paper, so we should work on this and then order some paper and then cover the tops of rows and plant into that.
Yeah, I mean, we got to keep at it, guys. We have to keep chipping away at it. Well, I gotta call it early today because I gotta record a podcast, Homestead Shop Talk podcast tonight. This is gonna be episode 90, so we're gonna be posting this this Friday. But let's check on our 2 pigs that we've been training to this hot wire. Whoa, there we go. Let's check on our feed. Looks like it's still there. Yes, it's still there. How you doing, pigs? Also, we're gonna see what Lorraine's cooking for dinner. All right, pigs, I'm coming with food. I don't know what the pigs are having. I don't know. All right, pigs, come on. Yeah, this ball was, they pushed it over. All right, pig, come on. Come on. Ah, they let me touch them. They're getting used to me a little bit. All right, there we go. I think this is gonna work, guys. Right there. The next step, what you can do is move this, keep moving it a little bit closer in and continue training them. But I think they're pretty good. I mean, they didn't touch that feed at all day. And then I might leave them in like this for a week or so, and then we're gonna move them out. Is dinner ready, Lorraine?
Dinner's ready.
All right.
Good.
All right, Lorraine, it's dinner time, and now it's dinner. We had lunch or breakfast, and now it's dinner.
Okay, so we have these open face sourdough sandwiches with roasted beef. Very hot. Oh, and then
Homemade sourdough.
yes, homemade sourdough.
And beef, we got shredded beef here. Look at this. Crock pot beef. This is made in the crock pot.
Yeah.
Instapot.
No, Instant Pot.
Instapot. Look at that. It's some of Grandma Bubby's pickles. It's just Bubby's? It's not Grandma Bubby's?
I think it's just Bubby's. Okay, we got a little bit of arugula for some greens, melted cheese on these open face sandwiches, and then we're going to put our roast beef on top. It's got a lot of seasonings. It's not going to be as spicy as you like it, but it's very flavorful.
What? This is a real treat. All right, let's do it up. Let's do it up. We're putting some pepperoncinis on this thing. Look at that.
You want spicy peppers too?
That's from a fancy restaurant right there. So I'm so glad that we got those pigs in that hot wire. We started doing stuff in the greenhouse. So I think spring and things are starting to ramp up. Hopefully we're gonna get our chickens. Hopefully they don't get canceled. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.